Yes. Today we are here for you with a pelican beak, or a pelican skull, let us say, that is 46 million years old. This is a skull belonging to a white pelican that lived in China 46 million years ago. We are now seeing the beak attached to the skull. Their beaks are very strong. Pelicans generally use them directly for carrying fish and eating them. Pelicans can live and hunt by the waterside. And so, look, let me show you from this angle. The eye sockets and the structure of the beak can be seen from the top till the end. I can show the skull from the top as well. Now, when we look at these fossils, the beak is the most striking characteristic we see. The beak is of great importance to evolutionists in the so-called history of evolution. Charles Darwin observed finches on the Galapagos Islands, and looking at the finches on the Galapagos Islands, he saw the different beaks of the different species of finches and claimed that the beaks had changed over the course of time and evolved. In other words, he claimed that the beaks of the birds might have evolved within the course of time in relation with their usage, and he carried the preconceived opinion, delusion, that one might have come from the other, that they might have come from a common ancestor by varying. Yet, what does today's science of genetics show us? Features acquired through external factors, such as a human being having a lot of muscles, or someone who swims a lot having a triangular-shaped body with highly developed swimming muscles, or having good sporting or other abilities, characteristics acquired subsequently, not from birth in other words, cannot be transmitted to subsequent generations because they do not modify the individual's DNA. In other words, no matter how good a swimmer someone is, when his child is born, that child will not be able to swim. No matter how good a wrestler he is or how muscular, let us assume he is keen on bodybuilding, no matter what he does, his child will be the same as he was in his initial form, as will his DNA. Now, this beak is a pelican beak. The pelican beak has not grown any longer over the passage of millions of years, and this fossil is 46 million years old. It did not grow thin and be able to collect honey like the beak of a hummingbird, and did not become strong and, like a hammer, able to bore holes in tree trunks like that of the woodpecker. None of these things happened. The pelican was doing the same things 46 million years ago as it does today, and there are no changes in the fossil record to suggest it acquired any other characteristic through different living conditions, flying in different parts of the world, or acquiring or not acquiring new feeding patterns there. What does this show? The same thing that DNA shows us, that life is unchanging. Stephen Jay Gould refers to this as stasis. This means the initial forms of living beings, their initial forms that we come across in the fossil records. This fossil is 46 million years old, and there are much older fossils. Fossils of multicellular life forms dating back 500, 540, or even 600 million years. And when we look at all of these, and then we look at the most recent fossils, or at living specimens if the life form is still around today, we inevitably encounter the same truth, stasis. Or, as Stephen Jay Gould put it, they exhibit no progress from one species to another. They are stable. And what does that mean? It means Allah created them in their original form and they never changed. They never evolved. Allah wanted them to be like that, and that is how they came into being and survived. Who says this? This fossil pelican dating back 46 million years says so. Allah created us, and we never evolved.